All right, hello everybody. Welcome to the world's greatest Bronze Age comic book podcast, Flea Market Fantasy. I'm your co-host, Mike-EL, and as always, I'm joined by
Mike-EL of the LCS Hockey Radio Show.
Woo! This is the big 150 episodes. We have a very special guest with us to celebrate.
Well, it's our old buddy Tuffy.
Suck it, Kevin Jenks. Suck it, Miles Watson. I'm taking 150.
Yeah, Tuffy. He's a co-host there on the LCS Hockey Radio Show. And Tuffy, how many episodes have you done of this here Flea Market Fantasy? Because you did Star Wars. I remember you did Kickers Inc., Peacemaker. Did you also do Gru?
No, I don't think so.
All right.
No, Gru. No one down here for Gru.
All right. So this is your fourth appearance then? Is that it?
Yeah, about once every, 35 episodes?
All right. Yeah, so you wanted to have a big celebration here, Mike-EL, for the 150th episode. And the reason why Tuffy got roped into this, well, no, it's actually Tuffy's fault. He didn't get roped into this. I always asked Tuffy to come back on the show, and he said, hey, I'll come back on the show. Why don't you do a Superman? I said, I don't want to do Superman. Superman stinks. Why would anyone want to read Superman? But Mike-EL, you were planning to do a Superman because I guess every 50th issue or something, you do, or episode of the show, you do a Superman. Is that how it's been working
Absolutely. It's obligatory. Yep. It was already in the works, so it kind of worked out, you know?
Yeah, so since Tuffy wanted to do Superman and you're going to do Superman anyway, I said, all right, Tuffy, we'll do Superman. And Tuffy, why Superman? Why, do you actually like Superman?
Oh, he's he represents America, Mike-EL.
Yeah.
He's a space
You read,
but yeah, I'm not a fan of Superman.
Here's the thing is, and I could have picked any Superman comic, Tuffy, but Mike-EL demanded that I pick a Bizarro appearance. So
well, I didn't demand. I said pick something cool like Bizarro or something, and you did pick him. So I commend you on that, Mike-EL. Thank you for doing that.
Always trying to please everybody. That's
Although maybe I don't know. I'm just putting this out there. Maybe you could have found a better one.
Impossible.
What could be better than this?
Exactly. Now, to be fair, I could have picked a post-crisis Bizarro comic, like John Byrne or something, but F that. I'd rather go with something more fun like this, the original Bizarro.
Yeah, this is the original Bizarro. So we're doing Superman 379, and that's the issue we're doing here today. And what year did this come out, Mike-EL? I forgot to write down the year.
It is, here, let me just click on it. I got 1983.
83, so a couple years before the old crisis.
Yep.
Things changed. Tuffy, are you familiar with Bizarro?
The character in general, not the specific comic book arcs that he may have had.
Are you just familiar with him from Seinfeld?
Cartoons.
The Bizarro Jerry episode of Seinfeld?
No, I feel like he was on the Superman cartoon back in the 90s.
Yeah. In the 90s.
Oh, that's right. Yes, definitely.
Mike-EL, he was on in the old ones too, right? The Super Friends one, like Legion of Doom and everything. Right?
Absolutely, and he was also in the Superboy TV show from the 90s. Let's not forget that.
Hey, a lot of people may not know this. I did not know this until I did some research, Mike-EL, but Bizarro actually started in the pages of Superboy.
I think I knew that. Yep.
See, you're just lying to sound
smart. Yeah.
You have no idea of it. Yeah, Bizarro. He's like, how would you describe Bizarro, Mike-EL? He's like the mirror image of Superman, but really dumb and weird.
Yeah, he's the inexact duplicate. He has white skin, kind of blocky, features. And in some depictions, his S is backwards, but in this one, I don't think it is backwards. Oh, yes, it is backwards. Okay. So, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, and he talks weird. Tuffy, how does Bizarro talk? Because you were doing an impersonation earlier. How about?
He just sort of misuses pronouns, leaves out a few words in a sentence. Me am Bizarro. Me think that good idea.
Yeah, well, and everything's like the opposite. So, go ahead, Mike.
Well, I was going to say, if he likes something, see, this is where it's confusing because it's hard to follow exactly what's opposite, but if he likes someone, he calls them his enemy. If he, in this story, I think he greets someone by punching them in the face, or someone greets him by punching him in the face, right?
He hits his one pal in the face, and then Superman throws him through a wall.
Right.
And Bizarro says, I knew Superman liked me. He treated me like a good friend, something like that. Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah, Bizarro's a weird dude. His first appearance was in Superboy issue 68 in 1958, created by Otto Binder and George Papp. Big fans of their work, Mike-El?
Big fans, yes.
So apparently some mad scientist had a duplicating array. I don't even know if it was a mad scientist. It may have just been a normal scientist and something went wrong. But Bizarro was created as a teenage Frankenstein version of Superboy. Yeah.
Great.
That's weird.
Very cool.
But, no, again, you're so liberal with your use of cool.
No. This is the definition of cool. Look it up.
But around the same time, Alvin Schwartz introduced an adult version of Bizarro in the Superman Daily newspaper comic strip.
Yes, I was going to comment about that, yep.
In episode 105, The Battle with Bizarro, which spanned from August 25th, 1958 to December 13th, 1958, Schwartz says he created the concept first, and his version had the weird speech patterns and the opposite meanings, but he had a B on his chest for Bizarro. Okay. So then Binder, the guy who created the one in Superboy, he brought the adult Bizarro to a Superman comic in Action Comics 254 in 1959. Now, this Bizarro had the S on his chest. And his backstory was now Lex Luthor had created him with a duplicating array.
Interesting.
And that's how he came into existence. Bizarro World became a feature in Adventure Comics for 15 issues, running from issues 285 to 299 in June 61 and through August of 62. So he had his own little segment there in the Adventure Comics. Do you remember those, Mike-El? I'm sure you read them all.
Oh,
right?
of course, yeah.
He also had a special All Bizarro 80-page giant issue, Superman 202 in 1967.
Yep, I remember it well.
And then, so from 1959 until 1984, Bizarro made 40 appearances across the various Superman family of titles. And then after the old Crisis on Infinite Earths, he was reintroduced in Superman Man of Steel issue 5 in 1986, and that was old John Byrne.
And then they got rid of the speech pattern and Bizarro World. He was basically just a mute, kind of like Frankenstein monster.
Oh.
Yep.
I don't like that.
But to be fair, eventually they brought back the original version, like a couple years later.
Yeah, because I mean, if you got to have those wacky speech patterns,
right?
The writer here for this issue is Cary Bates. I don't think we've ever discussed him on the show.
I don't think so either. Nope.
And the artist is who's the artist here? Swan.
Curt Swan.
Curt Swan. Tuffy, Curt Swan is like the most prolific Superman artist of all time, right, Mike-El?
Absolutely. Did it for 30 years. And I should also point out that Cary Bates wrote DC's special series number 11 featuring The Flash, which we reviewed in episode 90.
Oh, he wrote that with the monkey? The big monkey?
Was it the monkey? I don't remember.
Yeah, Gorilla Grodd, right?
Yes. So that was Cary Bates.
Yeah. Oh. Mike-DELL never forgets a monkey, so...
so there it is. I guess we don't have to talk about Cary Bates then, because we already did way back then. Just go listen to that episode and it'll be fun. All right, so anything else we need to know about Bizarro here, Mike-El?
Not really. Only that, he's a lot of fun. That's about it.
Yeah, I just remember him from the old cartoons. And like you mentioned, they always depicted him with like boxy features, like squared off cube-faced features or whatever.
Right.
That's not so much what they do in the comic book, at least.
Not as much. No, not as much.
That was a little weird. But all right, I guess we can look at this issue. I know Tuffy's very excited, so let's get right to it.
So here we go, Superman 379. We see a little caption at the top. This scene is not in this magazine. And this is partly why I picked this one, because this cover is so much fun. We see Superman
so much fun.
punching Bizarro, and Bizarro is landing upside down on his with a big smile on his face. And in the background, we see, I'm not sure if you knew these guys existed, Mike-DELL, but this is like the Bizarro Justice League behind him, all kind of like smiling as Superman punches Bizarro. And then at the bottom it says, "But what do you expect from a Bizarro story?" Right? And this cover, we should point out, is by Ross Andru and Dick Giordano. And Ross Andru is famous most for doing Wonder Woman and Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man. Mike-El, are you eating walnuts?
It's not me. Nope.
It sounds like you're cracking nuts.
That's not
Tuffy, are
me.
you?
That might be me. I was putting my laundry in the dryer there, trying to do it as quiet as possible.
But I still hear stuff. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Like no one else hears this?
No, I hear it. I absolutely hear it. Yeah.
But I don't think it's Tuffy though.
Well, no.
And now I'm sitting perfectly still. So.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then maybe it was you. Yes, it was you, Tuffy. All right. But anyway, this cover though, Ross Andru. I was a big fan of Ross Andru on Spider-Man, like you mentioned. He came in like after John Romita Sr. Then there was Gil Kane was in there a little bit, right? And then Ross Andru, like
right. He was the regular artist for many years. Yes. Also,
Michael, I believe Ross Andru drew that issue of Doc Savage.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. I love Doc Savage.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure Tuffy's aware of my love for Doc Savage, right, Tuffy?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but Dick Giordano, Mike-El, he might be my favorite inker. I don't know. He's really good.
He is really good. I don't necessarily like his inking on this image, but it's a little sloppy. But it's fine. All right.
Wiggly. Tuffy, how do you feel about this cover?
It's fantastic.
So, it is a good cover. It is a good cover.
Yeah.
What do you expect from a Bizarro story?
Exactly.
All right. Just to recap, though, this image is not in this magazine.
Right.
They put that right on the cover. So
yeah.
Seems like an odd choice, but all right.
It's all for a lark. There you go.
All right, so we open up the big issue here, and it's Superman. Dun, 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 dun.
Yep. And funny enough, it's not Superman, though. It's Bizarro. And Bizarro is pleading to the Bizarro Justice League, which is Hawkman, Aquaman, Flash, Batman, and Green Lantern, that something is happening to Bizarro World, and it's doomed. He's like, the rest of you am not listening. Us all am doomed if us not take action. And none of them believe him, right? But as he's and by the way, the title of the story is The Bizarro Buster is Loose. And as he's trying to convince them that something is happening on their planet, that the Bizarros all over the planet are blowing up. None of them believe him. But then in the middle of him talking, Bizarro Flash blows up, then Bizarro Green Lantern, then Aquaman, then Hawkman. And then the only one left is Bizarro Batman. And then Bizarro says, look around, Bizarro Batman. First Bizarro Flash, etc. Me think maybe us got a case. What you think? And then Bizarro Batman says, them not call me Bizarro World's greatest detective for something. Me see your point. Me will investigate. Oops, then he blows up. He's dead.
Tuffy loves this. Tuffy, this seems like a plot of one of the dopey movies we watch on the LCS show. You're a fan of watching all the Justice League people blow up?
Hello?
Yeah. No?
Hello?
Tuffy? Yeah. Tuffy's eating more walnuts.
No, the Bizarro Justice League is great because you got Bizarro Batman with like flappy ears on his cowl. Yeah, and everybody's just blown up, and Batman's on the case.
And I like how Green Lantern is like yellow candle.
Yeah, I just realized that.
Yeah.
He had a little candle on the chest there. Yeah, so they're all blowing up, and they're kind of turning into like orangish colored yellow dust.
Right.
And all right, Mike-El. So Bizarro says, all right, I got to figure out why all these people are exploding around me. And we should point out, Mike-El, these aren't actually real living people, right? These are synthezoid duplicates or something.
Yeah, I mean, they're conscious. They're sentient, but they're technically not alive. You're right.
Yeah, it's a fine line here, just so the kids don't cry.
Right.
Exploding. Comic book.
So then Bizarro is flying around Bizarro World, which they have their own metropolis, and he's flying around, and the buildings are all crooked and like mismatched, and you can see all these people kind of exploding and turning to yellow dust as he's flying around, right? And like you can see like a sign on the like for a restaurant, it says "Don't eat here," right? And because everything's backwards here, it's awesome. And then he's and then I didn't know about a lot of this stuff, but they have on our world they have Galaxy Broadcasting, And on this Bizarro world, they have molecule narrowcasting instead. And so Bizarro flies in and he sees Bizarro Jimmy Olsen and Bizarro Perry White. And then and I love this little gag. Jimmy Olsen's like, Mr. White and me was not talking about you just a minute ago, Bizarro Superman. And then Perry White says, me told you before, Olsen, call me Chief. Oh, it's good. And then he blows up. And then, oh yeah, wait. And then
you guys are getting a real kick out of this, aren't you?
I love this. Then Bizarro punches Bizarro Jimmy Olsen in the face. And Jimmy Olsen says, thanks for hitting me, Superman. And I'm good to know you still like me. And then Bizarro says, if me can't hit my best friend, who can me hit? And then Jimmy Olsen just explodes. He's like, oh, Jimmy, not you too. And then he realizes, okay, so I'm going to have to get some help on this, right? So he decides.
He's crying, Mike-El. Look at
Bizarro. Yeah,
Bizarro.
he's actually crying. Yep. He has real feelings. He may not be alive, but he has real feelings, right? So then he's like, okay, well, me fly all the way to Earth where Superman keep duplicating machine that made me and Bizarro Lois #1. So then we see him leaving the square Bizarro world, but as he's flying away, we see this orange creature floating in space. It looks like, I don't know, like a big cloud with a little face and kind of like cloud tentacles coming out of it, right?
It kind of looks like Tuffy. You'll know this. Like there's athlete's foot commercials on TV sometimes. That show.
Sure.
Like I don't know if they have those in Canada, but like the little the fungus on your toes in the commercials. That's what he looks like.
Yeah, I thought it looks like Kang from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, that's exactly what.
Yes.
That's exactly what he looks like. Good point, Tuffy. Yeah, that pink like guy, right? Yeah.
Yeah, the brain.
Yep.
And so this cloud is following Bizarro as he's flying through space. And then we cut over to just regular old Earth and the Galaxy Broadcasting Building, and we
because this is when Superman was on TV. Now he wasn't a newspaper reporter; he was a TV reporter.
Yes, this is the post Denny O'Neil kind of revamp of 1970 or 71 or whatever it was. So we see Morgan Edge, who's the boss of this news station. And he's bringing in, he's like, I'd like you to say hello to young Dwight Decker here. He's a charter member of the school's journalism club. And basically, I think Curt Swan he's probably my favorite artist, but this little kid just looks like a really short man, like a really odd-looking short man, right?
Yes. Yeah, he doesn't look like a child at all. He's a shrunken man.
Right. So he brings him in to introduce him to everybody, and the kid is really rude, right? Like,
hey, the kid's a jerk.
Yeah,
that's what he is.
He disses Jimmy Olsen, and then he sees Lana Lang, and she's trying to be nice to him. And then as he's walking away, she's like, as my pop would say, that's one classy lady, though I gotta admit she looks a little older in person. And then Lana Lang kind of looks at the camera and is like, wah, 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 type thing, you know?
So this Lana Lang, she's like his childhood sweetheart, right? Lana?
Yeah, see, this was a weird period where she moved to Metropolis and joined the TV station, you know?
Yeah, that's weird. Yeah,
I don't like that. Totally, I don't like it either, but...
I also don't like that her dress is from the 1860s.
Yeah, you're right.
It's like a collar all the way up to her chin with like ruffles around it and everything. What is happening? But all right.
Weird, yeah. So then, hold on a sec here. So then, so then they introduced him to Steve Lombard, which, for those not familiar, Steve Lombard was kind of like the bully of the Daily Planet. Like he was always picking on Clark Kent.
Because he's their sports reporter. He's an ex-jock.
Right, exactly. And and then like the kid kind of makes fun of Steve Lombard, saying that he's like, oh, my pop figures you're about 20 pounds overweight since your final season with the NFL. And Steve Lombard's like, no more than 15 pounds tops. So he's dissing Steve Lombard, right? And then even Jimmy Olsen is like kind of commenting that he can't believe that this kid is giving Big Steve the Slinger the brush off. And because he wants to meet Clark Kent. And then so the kid sees Clark Kent and he's tracking him down because he wants to meet him, right? And then, but Clark Kent goes into the storage room that he tends to disappear to and doesn't come out, and they can't figure out what happened to him. But sure enough, he goes in there to turn into Superman, right?
Yeah.
So then he does the famous thing where he pulls open his shirt, You see the S symbol. The next shot is him flying away from the Daily Planet. And the reason he's flying away is because the alarm went off at the Fortress of Solitude, right?
Hey, that thing you stole from Doc Savage.
Yeah!
Oh,
Why it's so cool. It's still awesome.
son of a bitch.
So yeah, if you liked it in Doc Savage, you should like it here. Anyway, so then he and then this is cool because he comes to the fortress and there's actually a giant hole kind of like burned into the wall of the fortress, and he flies in and he lands and he sees all of his Superman robot guards all like out of commission. They've all been dismantled or defeated by something, and Superman actually points out he's like I could count on the fingers of my one hand the foes on my enemies list who would be capable of decimating an entire Superman robot squad. And any of them spells all kinds of major trouble for me if he's on the rampage in the fortress. So right away, like, we know that there's danger.
You have a Mike-EL Robot squad around your headquarters?
I'm working on it. Yep.
I had no idea Superman had his own robot squad.
Yeah, they're all duplicates. They look exactly like him. Isn't that clever?
Yes, that's one word for it. Clever.
So yeah,
he loves himself. He loves himself.
Is this where the writers for the Iron Man 3 movie got their idea to just have a bunch of robots of the same superhero?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
That's not bad there, Mike. But yeah, he makes his robots look exactly like him because he's such an egomaniac. This Superman. Fucking Superman.
Yeah. I bet you Batman probably has them too. But anyway.
Yeah, I'm sure he does. Because he's an asshole too.
It's so cool. But anyway. So then Superman's flying over to his secret weapons chamber. And right away, using his microscopic vision, he can see telltale fingerprints on the door. So right away, he knows exactly who it is, right?
That's the shit that I can't stand about
Superman. Love it.
He can count molecules. Look, I can.
That's right.
I can see the fingerprints from. Only Columbo can do shit like that. Not.
So then he sees Bizarro, but he's like, all right, Bizarro. He knows it's him, but he's like, all right, hold it right there. I demand to know why you're here in the fortress making off with my duplicator ray. And then Bizarro's like, me not want to ask my friend Superman for favors, so me break in and steal duplicator ray. And you must take it back to Bizarro World and hurry, while there are still some Bizarros left to duplicate. So he explains to Superman what's going on, and Superman's like, okay, well, you know what? I'm going to help you. But then just at that moment, we see the yellow cloud creature from earlier sneak into the fortress.
But just to clarify, Mike-El, when Bizarro says, I me not want to ask my friend Superman for favor, really he's saying I don't want to ask my enemy Superman for favor. Is that right? Or they actually... Okay.
Yeah, that's where it gets confusing. Yeah, I guess you're right. It is, yeah.
It is confusing, yeah.
So then the creature, so then as they're talking, the creature is like coming through like the caves or whatever. And he's like, Superman's like, okay, let's work together as a team. Maybe the two of us can figure out a way to lure the Bizarro killer out into the open. And Bizarro's like, okay, Superman, it am deal. What us do to start team up? And then Superman's like, retrace the space route you took here. But then just at that moment, the creature floats into the room, and even though it hasn't touched Bizarro, it's just kind of like in the general vicinity, Bizarro starts getting weak. And Superman points out that it's just like when I'm exposed to kryptonite. Bizarro is weakened by being in the presence of this cloud creature, right?
So Tuffy, Superman does what any good friend would do. What does he do to Bizarro?
Takes him and just hucks him out of the Fortress of Solitude right through the wall.
Yeah, right through the wall. He doesn't lead him back to a closet or something where he can hide him, or to go to the bathroom. Maybe, hey, just rest in here for a minute. No, he just throws him through the wall, head first.
Love it.
What if Bizarro just breaks his neck right there and dies?
And this is what makes it even better, is as Bizarro is smashing through the wall, in his thoughts, he's like, oh, even though me weak and defenseless, Superman attacked me. What a relief. That proved him still my friend.
See, this is what's confusing.
Yeah, this is where it gets confusing.
Right.
Because this friend means friend.
Yeah, because a couple pages earlier, he says, me want to be your friend too, and me guess that why we fight each other sometimes, but if they fight, they should be enemies, like him and Jimmy Olsen.
Yeah.
It
gets a little confusing. I like Bizarro for when he was published, but you couldn't do this today, I don't think. Like, this type of character.
Listen, I don't think you could do this in 1983 either. I assume this book was like 1971.
Debatable.
like this is what Superman's churning out at the same time, like Daredevil, Frank Miller, Daredevil, Wolverine. You know, like, I mean, come on.
Well, I guess there's a reason they rebooted him, right?
I guess.
Yeah.
Guess what, Mike-DELL? They were making Coca-Cola in 1983 too, and it's just as good today as it was back then.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so yeah, the little fungus monster is grabbing Superman up and wrapping him up, and
right, and so he's fighting him, and then Superman thinks in his head, he gets the feeling that the creature's trying to digest him, right, absorb him.
Have you ever had that feeling, Mike-El?
Oh,
someone's just trying to digest you.
Yeah. So then he's like, but this Man of Steel isn't impressed. He just flies out, right, because he's so tough, because he's Superman. He just flies away from the cloud creature. And then he's like, my hunch is this strange life form never tried to consume a living super being before. It found the real item was a lot tougher on the digestion, right? That's always my reaction when it happens to me. So then he smashes through the ceiling of the fortress and then finds Bizarro, and they're chatting away, but in the middle of the conversation, Bizarro disintegrates, just like the Bizarros at the beginning of the story did, right? He turns into like kind of like a cloud. And then the cloud kind of flies away, and Superman's trying to follow him. And then he uses his X-ray vision to look through the wall. And then he's like, of course, I should have deduced something like this. The creature was only a transitory stage, like a caterpillar is to a butterfly. So now we see the creature's true appearance, right?
I like how Superman uses his X-ray vision to look through the wall, even though the hole's like right there as well.
Yeah. Good point.
He's looking 3 inches to the right with his X-ray vision.
Good part. So we see this creature. It's pretty cool, I think. It's kind of like a big, like a big ball, like a bulbous type creature with a face with 2 big eyes, but also little eyeballs all over his body and little baby hands growing out of his body with eyes on top of them. It's kind of cool. I like it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, so it's flying up into the air, and Superman's chasing after it, and then the creature turns around and shoots Superman with like a laser beam that comes out of its eye, and then Superman recovers, and he's still flying after him. And then he's like, oh yeah, and so he's like thinking to himself, I can't stand by and watch a predator wipe out an entire race to the brink of extinction. As long as there's one Bizarro left, I have to do everything I can to save him. So he's going to fight now to save Bizarro. So he follows the creature all the way through space back to Bizarro World, which again, as we said earlier, is the cube-shaped planet, right? Which is awesome. And then, and then Superman is shocked to learn that while they were having their battle back on Earth, another alien race has invaded Bizarro World, and it's basically these green kind of like, I don't know, like
jellyfish.
Yeah, jellyfish.
Legs.
Yeah,
kind of like flying around over top of Bizarro Metropolis, right? Yeah. And so he's flying around, and then they all just fly out into space, and they're attacking the other orange creature with the eyeballs. And then Superman's like, great sons, the Bizarro-consuming creature is attacking the invading hordes. I still don't know exactly what to make of all this. But one thing's clear, despite how impressive the Bizarro creature's first assault was, it's hopelessly outnumbered, right? So he's just watching this battle in space now. And so the jellyfish completely envelop the orange creature, and then Superman it kind of flies in.
He unleashes several thousand doses of heat vision unleashed in intersecting swoops of super speed.
Yeah, exactly.
As you're wont to do. And then he also punches several of them, and that's a terrible picture, right?
Oh, I love it, yeah.
Oh, that's a great picture.
Yeah, I love it.
Like it's Superman standing still, but his arm, he's got like, it makes it look like he has 6 arms. He's punching all these...
Well, I think the kids would understand that it's just he's moving so fast. It looks like
I understand that's what they're going for. Yeah. It just looks terrible.
Okay, so then the orange creature shoots more lasers out of its eyes that kind of finishes off what Superman started to fight these jellyfish aliens away, right? So then Superman's like in his head, he's like, there they go, battered and beaten, heading off into space to lick their wounds and find other worlds to infest, right? So then he's like, uh-oh, I was so glad to see the invaders repelled. It didn't occur to me that they may have already done irreparable damage. So then he turns around and we see the orange creature. All of a sudden it starts shaking and vibrating, and then it explodes. And sure enough, all the Bizarro creatures are back. Bizarro Batman, Yellow Candle, Hawkman, Jimmy Olsen, all of them, right? And he's like, oh, the explosion was a metamorphosis. All the Bizarros that were consumed by the creature have been molecularly reassembled into their original forms. And then the original Bizarro comes back, and he's like, Bizarro number 1, you're all right. And he's like, as right as me ever was, Superman, come. Oh, crap, I just got a pop-up. He's like, time you heard whole
That's not
story.
a euphemism. He means a pop-up ad.
Yeah.
He didn't get very excited about reading.
So then anyway, so they run into Bizarro Lex Luthor, and it turns out that Bizarro Lex Luthor was using his, telescope, and he discovered this alien creature in space that somehow, through his telescope, was able to figure out it feeds on Bizarros, right? He's like, analysis also shows our simulated superpowers not be enough to save us from being wiped out. That's a pretty powerful telescope to tell him all that information, right? So then he figures out a way to defeat the alien. He has this big, red and white laser gun. Hold on a sec here. I got more pop-ups. Jeez. And he uses it to turn himself into an orange cloud. So now we know where the orange cloud came from, right? And his secret plan is to convert all of the Bizarro creatures into a different form so that when the aliens come, they're not able to feed on them, right? Very smart, very smart.
Well, so they can put all their powers together and fight off the...
Okay, that's why, yeah. Yes, so he's like, since there's no time to explain my plan, Bizarro number 1 make a mistake and think me destroying Bizarros instead of saving them. Me, Bizarro Luthor, doing evil. That am laugh. And then, hold on a sec here. And then basically Superman's like, oh, well, sounds good to me. And then, oh my God, I have like half a page here. I can't even read it. But basically, everything's wrapped up. Superman's like, okay, well, see you guys later. I'm going to take off. He flies away and everything's back to normal. Status quo is restored.
Bizarro says, there him go. Best friend any Bizarro could ever want. See, so
I guess they are,
right?
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
There it is. Superman 279. Tuffy, what'd you think of that?
Fantastic. It is great. It is way better than Kickers Inc. I know that.
Yeah.
This was terrible. This was awful.
So much fun.
I don't know. I didn't have much fun. I liked when the Justice League was blowing up. That was pretty good because I'd like to see the Justice League blow up someday. That'd be awesome. But yeah, the Bizarro, the wacky Bizarro speech patterns are really cool and everything in small doses, I think.
Yeah.
But those first 5 or 6 pages when there was nothing but Bizarro people talking, it was really getting on my nerves.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah. I don't know. Like we mentioned the confusion over the enemy and the friend shit. I don't know. I'm not into space monsters and flying jellyfish, and it's not my thing. I don't know. I hated this book so much.
I loved it. Anyway, like my take is it's not as good as a 60s Superman comic book, but it still is a lot of fun, and I enjoyed reading it.
It is just shocking that this was 1983 or whatever. Because it feels like a 60s comic book, like just the subject matter and the story. And
you can say that.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. Tuffy, you really enjoyed this though.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I mean, the plotting is not that creative, really.
It's not.
I figured out pretty quick that, like, oh yeah, that monster is not killing the Bizarros. That's going to fight. As soon as there's other creatures, and Spider-Man's like, I guess I better fight those ones instead of the one I chased here.
Superman, not Superman.
Superman,
Spider-Man.
yeah.
This would have been such a better book if Spider-Man was involved.
Yeah. As soon as Superman started fighting the green monsters, it's like, oh, well, yeah, obviously that other one is not going to be a bad guy in the end. Kind of spoiled it, but
see,
still great.
I actually, well, I did appreciate that there was a twist. Like, even though there was, I mean, you figured it out, I didn't. But it was just cool that it was there. Like, the fact that there was something else going on that we thought, I thought that was, I appreciate that. And that's the thing, is most of these Superman stories from this era, they are definitely aimed at kids, but there's always a clever twist. That's what I like.
Oh, there's a twist.
Clever. Anyway.
The best thing about this book, though, is probably that we don't have to do another Superman until issue 200 of this show.
It's already picked out. Anyway.
It's another year.
Yeah.
Thank God. All right, so I guess we got to give ratings for this nonsense. Tuffy, 1 out of 10. What do you give Superman?
I give us an 8. I think the artwork's
yeah.
Holy hell!
I enjoy the artwork. It is a lot of like, it's either Bizarro's talking or it's Superman's inner monologue. So I'm going to dock it a point for that.
And it's a lot of explaining. Things. Superman flying around explaining things. Bizarro explaining things.
But there's also great stuff like Superman just throwing Bizarro through the wall.
That was great. That was so. I mean, it makes no sense, but yeah, it was pretty awesome.
Plus, you got that jerk kid at the beginning too.
Yeah, the jerk kid was great, and Lana Lang's old Victorian dress. All right, so for those points, I'll give it a 3 out of 10. 3 out of 10.
Well, I didn't even mention the art. Curt Swan is one of my absolute favorite artists. So
he's not one of my favorites. I don't know. I didn't like the art that much. It's boring and dull. And not a fan.
Yeah, he's one of my favorites. So the art is a 10, but overall, I also give it an 8 because it was a lot of fun, and I definitely
ridiculous. You gave us an 8. Come on, Mike-El.
I would love to read more of these, and I will because I have 2 long boxes full of Superman comics.
It's fine when Tuffy gives an 8. He's a guest. He's coming in. He's having a laugh. You know, he doesn't have any he doesn't care about his overall ratings, what they are. But you, Mike-El, you're a comic book expert and a historian.
Yeah.
You should have some
and that's
pride.
why my opinion carries so much weight.
Giving this an 8 out of 10.
Yeah. Now people know it's good.
This book stinks. Don't worry.
8 out of
Superman
10.
Stinks.
Everyone out there, definitely read this comic.
All right. Well, Tuffy, it is a very special episode here. We give out our awards every year.
Okay.
Yes. So we're going to give out our awards for like the best. Because a few weeks ago on our show there, Mike, we gave out our Golden Quesadilla Awards for the best of the movies we've watched over the last year.
Nice.
Yeah, so Tuffy's an old pro at this. Usually Tuffy loves the picks I make for the movie awards. So
yeah. There was outrage in several categories a couple weeks ago.
But Tuffy, I'm sure there's actually some of these people in these nominations, Tuffy, that you will be familiar with, I think. So how about that? All right, so Mike-El, we give out about 7 or 8, I think 8 maybe awards. And every year we start off with the most prestigious award of them all, Best Monkey.
All right.
Best Monkey. And these awards go for the comic books that we've read this past year, you know?
Sure.
So from episode 100 to 150.
Right.
Incredibly, this Superman was not nominated for anything.
What?
Yeah, it's shocking. So last year, Best Monkey was won by Gore, the big gold monkey from Fantastic Four. Do you remember that guy?
Him. Yep.
Yeah, he's great. So this year, the nominees for Best Monkey are Rainbow from Dreadstar issue 1.
Oh, right. I forgot about him already.
And the winner is Rainbow from Dreadstar issue 1. We only read one book with a monkey in the last year, Mike-El.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
he really wasn't even a full-fledged monkey. He was a space monkey. Like, he had pointy ears and stuff. He wasn't really a traditional monkey. So we really need to pick up our monkey game here in the next year, all right?
I'll work on that.
Yeah, please do. More books with monkeys, goddammit.
Right.
All right, next up, Best Cover. Last year, the winner was Jungle Action 10 by Gil Kane. Remember that Great Black Panther cover? That was nice.
I don't remember the cover.
Yeah, it was great. All right, so the nominees this year, Cary Bates, Miss Tree, issue 13. This was Miss Tree with the jigsaw puzzle, and the hand coming in, putting in the piece on the jigsaw puzzle.
Yes.
That was great. I'm sure Tuffy, because Tuffy listens to all these episodes and he reads along at home.
Yep.
So I'm sure he remembers that one. Ron Wilson, Avengers 129. This is a great classic superhero book. A big Kang on the cover with the Avengers around him fighting him. Good stuff. Jim Starlin, Dreadstar #1. This was a nice design with the three lines going horizontally at an angle across the page. Remember that, Mike-El? Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Gil Kane, Dead of Night, issue 11. This was the Scarecrow.
Okay.
That was a great cover. Gil Kane, he's the
Yes, I remember that. Yep.
And then the final nominee, Bill Sienkiewicz, The Question #1.
Yes, that was a good one.
The book was terrible, but the cover
was pretty good. It was okay.
So the winner for best, the FLEA, yeah, we don't say winners. The FLEA goes to, because that's what we give out here, Tuffy, fleas. The FLEA goes to Cary Bates, Ms. Tree, issue 13.
Wow.
Yeah, the old jigsaw puzzle cover. That's great stuff.
Yeah, it was good.
All right, best villain. Last year is Ultra Humanite, who, by the way, Tuffy, is a monkey. Ultra Humanite. So there you go.
Yeah.
But the best villain this year, the nominees are Hordak, Masters of the Universe #3. Remember Hordak, Mike-El?
Oh, of course. Who could forget Hordak?
Kang, Avengers 129. Magneto, Alf, issue 22. Magneto, remember?
I remember Magneto, yeah.
Yeah, Tuffy, Magneto on Alf's Planet of Malmac. He's like Magneto. Instead of being, magnetic, he can attract meat. That's
You had to read an Alf comic and you're complaining about Superman?
Exactly.
Yes, that Alf book was awesome. Midnight from US 1, issue 7. A foxy brunette with a whip who rides a motorcycle. Sign me up. I'm a big fan of that. And the final nominee, Tuffy, from Kickers Inc. issue 4, Ugly Mac Thornton. Remember Ugly Mac Thornton?
No.
This guy, he was a linebacker who intentionally paralyzed a wide receiver on the opposing team and then mocked him after he paralyzed him. Ugly Mac Thornton. Kickers Inc. And the FLEA goes to Magneto, Alf 22. Oh my God, Magneto. It was, wait, I think it was going to be Midnight, USA 1, but at the last minute, the judges said Magneto. Let's go with Magneto. So, yeah, it's Magneto. Alf 22.
Is this the same judges as the Golden Quesadillas? Because there's a lot of similarities, I sense.
Yeah, the Academy, you can never tell what they're going to do. Because Midnight just had victory ripped away from her. That's a shame. But congratulations to Magneto. All right, so the best hero last year is Black Panther. This year, the nominees are Alf. Come on, Alf.
Oh.
Hey, Tuffy, Black Diamond, Sybil Danning. We did a Sybil Danning comic book. Yeah, Black Diamond. Gru, Ms. Tree, and Wolverine.
Yeah.
And the winner is Ms. Tree.
What?
Yeah. Ms. Tree was the best. Yeah, she was awesome. So congratulations to Ms. Tree. Next up, we have Best What the Fuck Moment. Previous winner was Mervis on his big bicycle.
Oh, that was the best. My favorite.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tuffy doesn't know what we're talking about, but it was really good, Tuffy. This guy was riding his bicycle with a enormous big front wheel and a really tiny back wheel. And he just appeared out of nowhere in the middle of the countryside to run over Captain Midnight or Dr. Midnight or whatever the fuck his name is. Yeah. Is it Captain or Doctor?
Doctor. Doctor.
Doctor Midnight.
He's and by the way, he is an actual doctor. It's not just his name.
Yes. All right, so the nominees are DP7 issue 6. And the middle-aged waitress wanted to have sex with a 15-year-old.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That was weird. Masters of the Universe issue 3. Hordak's Hurricane of Hate.
Oh, yeah, that was good.
Yeah, Hordak would just spin his arms really fast and create a hurricane of hate. Hey, Tuffy, Peacemaker #1. Peacemaker's backstory. Good Lord, do you remember that?
Yeah, a lot of Nazis in there.
Yes, a lot of Nazis and burning villages down in Vietnam, women and children.
Yeah,
that's Peacemaker for you. Thing issue 28. Thing in Vance Astro talking through a window.
Oh yeah, that was insane. I forgot about that.
Just to describe this for Tuffy and those who weren't aware, this whole issue of Thing 28 could have been nominated, but Thing is trying out to be in a professional wrestling organization, Tuffy, and he goes in to talk to the boss about something. I can't remember the exact details, Mike-El, but he goes in to talk to the one promoter, like the Vince McMahon character, And he leaves his buddy Vance Astro outside the building while he goes in to talk to him. And so he's talking to the promoter and saying something. And then there's a cut. And then, like, the next panel, you see Vance Astro standing outside looking in the completely shut window. And he has his hands on his hips like a disappointed father. And he's yelling at Thing for something that Thing just said to the promoter. And it was so bizarre.
Right. It was one of those, like, what? Yeah, the artist and the writer were not in sync.
It was so crazy. All right. And the final nominee, US 1, issue, what was that, 7 or whatever? Midnight gets blown up by missiles. Yeah, we talked about Midnight, the vixen there on the motorcycle. And US 1, the 18-wheeler, is who's the superhero in this book. He's trying to shoot Midnight with some missiles. Now, but do you remember, Mike-El, like, Midnight rode away, like, off into the distance, and US 1 shot the missiles high up in the air, and there's a couple panels where then they fall down in the distance, and you just hear Midnight say, like, scream.
Yes. Yeah. Good stuff.
That's pretty great. All right, and the winner is, the FLEA goes to Thing and Vance Astro talking through a window. Thing, issue 28.
That was crazy. Yep.
That was a no-brainer. All right, the best writer last year is Steve Gerber for Howard the Duck. This year the nominees are Mark Evanier from Gru, issue 22. Peter B. Gillis, Strike Force Moratori, issue 1. Frank Miller, Elektra Assassin, issue 1. Chris Claremont, Wolverine, issue 1. Max Collins, Ms. Tree, issue 13. And the FLEA goes to Max Collins, Ms. Tree, issue 13.
Big surprise.
Yeah, Ms. Tree, she's something special. Tuffy, you need to read some Ms. Tree. She's a tough private eye. She's great. Best artists. Last year, Cary Gamble, Indiana Jones. This year, the nominees are Brent Anderson, Strike Force Moratori, issue 1. Sergio Aragonés, Gru 22. Frank Miller, Wolverine 1. Rico Raval, Dead of Night 11. That's Scarecrow story, Mike-El. Rico Raval, do you remember that?
All right, yep. That was good.
Pretty good. And then Bill Sienkiewicz, Elektra Assassin, issue 1. And the winner is Bill Sienkiewicz, Elektra Assassin, issue 1.
Interesting.
Yeah, the fully painted issue. Yeah, come on, it's great stuff. Now, keep in mind, Elektra Assassin, issue 1 wins Best Artist, nominated for Best Writer. Great issue. The rest of the series sucked. Just read issue 1. Don't read the rest of that series. All right. And finally, Best Book. Last year is Howard the Duck, issue 8. This year, the nominees are Elektra Assassin, number 1. Gru, issue 22. Ms. Tree, issue 13. Strike Force Moratori, issue 1. And Wolverine, issue 1. And the FLEA goes to
Ms. Tree.
Wolverine, issue 1.
What? All right.
Yeah.
Upset.
Because Wolverine, issue 1, it's an iconic book. And like Claremont and Miller, and but Ms. Tree is great. But come on, Wolverine issue 1 is not even fair putting that up against everything else. So yeah. I got to tell you though, Mike, when I was looking through these books to get the awards, not a lot of great books this year.
I noticed all your awards were to books that you picked. It's kind of
there's a reason.
Anyway.
Yeah, I'm looking at that, Mike. Let me look through here. I don't think I nominated anything that you picked.
No, you didn't.
Well,
anyway.
No, yeah. Hordak's Hurricane of Fate was you. Yeah.
Actually, no, that was Jank.
Oh, all right.
Well, I picked the second He-Man book. He picked the first one, so.
Well, maybe that should tell you something, Mike. Well, no, Dreadstar got nominated.
Oh, there you go.
And it also won for Best Monkey.
That you're prejudiced against anything I pick? Understood. Okay.
Dreadstar won for Best Monkey, and also Bill Sienkiewicz won the question number 1. He was nominated for that. So, yeah, you got some noms. I think the lesson here, Mike, is, you need to do a little better. You need to pick some better. I defy you to, Mike, look through the books you picked this past year and tell me what would have been nominated. Blue Beetle?
Today's Superman book?
Yes, Superman 379 for 1.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, but...
You know what? This Superman book, maybe it'll be eligible next year because I didn't even read it really until after I did the nominees. So, maybe next year it'll qualify.
Yeah, there you go.
Because Bizarro getting thrown through the wall would probably get nominated for Best What the Fuck.
Exactly. Okay, so guess what? There's another little annual event that we have here on our anniversary episodes. Are you done?
Mike-El, is there anything you would like to bring attention to? Any books that were left off by the Academy?
Oh, well, let's see here. Let's go to all my picks. Dreadstar, Crystar, History of the DCU. Had great
no. You can't just randomly
Normal
say
Man.
Yes, Normal Man should have been nominated.
Humanoids had good art, good story.
What are you talking about?
Fantastic Four was great.
All right. Stop. Get on to your stuff. We're done. Go on to your thing.
Okay, so yeah, we've got some stats here that we're going to list off. And we're going to start with the category for the most appearances by a guest on our show. And as usual, I'm actually going to count down. We have our top 6 here. In sixth place with...
And this is just for the past year, correct? Just the
Actually,
past year.
no, this is is the word cumulative. This is for the whole series. Yeah, it adds up, right?
All right, so you just didn't want to do the math. You didn't want to figure out just the past year. So all right.
No, I just added everything up together. Yeah, it's easier that way for me. So let's see here. In sixth place with 4 appearances. Any guesses?
Well, Tuffy.
There you go, Tuffy.
Hey.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I guess this is technically tied for 4th place. Is with 5 appearances each. We have G.I. Jolie and Cousin Brandon.
Wow, Brandon's been on here 5 times because when we invite him to do the LCS show like we did last week, he falls asleep and doesn't show up.
It feels like he's been on a lot more than just 5, eh? But anyway, yeah, it's been 5. With 9 appearances, Pork Carrot.
Yeah, Bob Myers, yeah.
Yep. 12 appearances, Miles Watson. And in the lead with 14 appearances, take a guess who?
Kevin Jank.
Evan Jank, that's right. Okay,
14 appearances.
And feel free to guess at any point if you guys want. Now we're going to list our top 5 creators. This is writers or artists, okay, who have made the most appearances in the last 150 episodes combined, okay? Number 5 with 7 appearances. This is a writer. Any guesses?
Oh, well, I'm sure Tuffy has a few he'd like to guess, but I want to say Bill Mantlo.
Actually, no, he's not even on the list. Nope.
Are you sure?
Yep. It's Chris Claremont.
Chris Claremont for Wolverine, issue 1. He was on
Yep.
there.
I mean, I hope I didn't screw up with Bill Mantlo. Maybe I should double check these, but no, I don't think so. Number 4 with 8 appearances, an artist who unfortunately passed away recently, George Perez. You guys still there?
Yeah, we're still here.
Okay.
We're just enthralled.
Moved on to something else. Okay. Number 3 with 9 appearances, another writer, Marv Wolfman.
Marv Wolfman, he did a lot of Tomb of Dracula and stuff.
That's right. Number 2, another writer. And I think he won last year with 9 appearances on our show so far, Jerry Conway.
Yeah.
And number 1 creator represented with 10 appearances on our show. This is an artist. Would anyone like to guess? This guy,
artist with 10 appearances.
He was drawing pretty much every Marvel comic at one point, like every single one.
Our pal Sal.
That's right, Sal Buscema. Okay. Now we're going to move on to characters. This one's pretty easy. We've only got 3 represented here. The number 3 character with 3 appearances total, other than like crossover big event books, but 3 stories total in our series. Take a guess who?
Well, Batman.
Nope, Spider-Man with 3 appearances.
Spiders. We did a Spider-Man with Kraven the Hunter that I picked. Did a Spider-Man and his Super Friends that Bex Luthor picked.
Yep.
And then what's the third one?
Let's see here. Spider-Man. It was with Kangaroo.
No, we didn't do a Kangaroo book.
Didn't we? I thought, no, you picked it. Amazing Spider-Man 111. Okay, Amazing Spider-Man 111. What was that? I know.
Kraven the Hunter. That's Kraven the Hunter.
Oh, okay.
And the Gibbon.
The Gibbon. I was thinking of the Kangaroo.
Yeah.
But anyway, my find feature is not working. Oh, we did Amazing Spider-Man 300 with Venom.
Oh, that's right. Because I was going to say you also did a Spider-Man with Deathlock, but you're not counting the crossover.
Oh, shit. That means there's 4. No, that counts. But
that was a Marvel team-up situation. It wasn't a Spider-Man.
Yeah, but shouldn't that still count?
Oh, I thought you said at the beginning it doesn't count.
No. I mean, like, if I were to count, like, say, Contest of Champions, I wouldn't include a character in there, you know?
All right. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Tuffy's very interested in all this.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we're almost done. Okay, so then I had to make a note there. Okay, so now let's see here. Oh, Okay, now this is where it gets kind of interesting, at least for me.
It's Batman and Superman. It's Batman and Superman. All he does is pick Batman and Superman.
So now, okay, we got 3 more to go. Okay, first, would you like to guess our all-time lowest downloaded episode or lowest viewed episode on YouTube?
Well, wait a minute. You skipped. You did the hero. You did Spider-Man.
Oh, wait a minute. I forgot. I skipped the category. Oh my God. Oh, yeah. So number 2 character was Superman with 5 appearances.
And again, though, are you counting like Christmas with the superheroes?
I might have, because he had his own solo story in there. Yes.
All right. Because that seems low. 5 seems low. It seems like every other week you're picking Superman.
Well, it just seems like it, but I wish it was. But anyway, okay. I bet you, Mike-DELL, you can guess who the number 1 character is with 7 appearances on our show, right?
Well, it has to be Batman.
Yes, Batman.
Fucking Batman.
Only 7?
Yeah. Good job, Batman.
But look at that, Mike-EL. You know I'm not picking Batman or Superman. So that's 12 picks.
Well, I mean, it could have been Cousin Brandon. It could have been Pork here. I don't know who's picking these books, right? You never know.
That's a real mystery.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so then, lowest ever episode on YouTube. Lowest downloaded. Take a guess.
Just according to YouTube, not anything else.
Just
No, it can't be Kickers Inc. It can't be Kickers Inc. Kickers Inc. was a fan favorite.
You know, surprisingly enough, it was Spidey Super Stories number 39. Can you believe that?
Oh, that is shocking.
Yeah, it is, because it's Spider-Man. It's Thanos. Come on, right? All right, you're gonna like this. Okay, now we got two separate. We have one for YouTube and one for Launchpad, which is where we upload just the audio. But on YouTube, I'm gonna list our 3 most popular episodes. Okay.
Well, I know Aquaman is number 1, right? Because Aquaman was one. Because it was number 1 last year, and you didn't update the list. Really, you just did the same thing.
Still number 1 by far. I'm talking about by far. It's number 1. It's amazing. I picked a good book that week. Anyway, okay. So the number 3 most popular episode is Dakota North, number 1.
Yeah, Dakota North.
Yeah,
nice.
Episode 53. Isn't that cool?
The basically Ms. Tree started everything, and then Dakota North continued.
You could say that. Ripped it off. Oh, yeah. When it's Superman, you say ripped off. When it's Dakota North, she continued. Okay. The second most popular episode of all time on YouTube, one of my guys, Mr. Miracle number 1.
That book was so terrible.
Oh, no, it was awesome. It was like 23, I think. But it was awesome.
It was so bad.
Oh,
good Lord. Tuffy, there is a character in that book called Baron von Blimp.
Yeah.
Well,
great art by Mike Golden.
You know what you're getting.
Yeah, exactly.
Blimp. Good Lord.
Okay,
right.
Now we go to Launchpad. This one's a little bit more detailed, okay, folks? So this is interesting. This is an interesting list. So our 5th all-time most popular episode on Launchpad is Starman Thomas.
No, that's not true
at
all. That is not true at all. Those Starman books were so terrible. And Mike-EL picked them back to back. Like,
first issue special number 9. Good stuff.
Yeah, they are the worst. The absolute
Just giving
worst.
The people what they want.
Exactly. Right. I know my audience. Anyway. Okay, number 4. This is the 4th most popular episode of all time, and this is number 81, covering Punisher, number 3.
Huh? That's surprising.
Yep. Pretty cool, eh? And then our where is it here? Number 3 most popular episode of all time, number 93, which covers Doc Savage, number 4. Can you believe it?
Doc Savage.
Yep. Okay, we're getting good here. This is my stuff here. Oh, damn, I gave it away. Okay, our second most popular episode of all time is episode 56, which reviews Wonder Woman number 288.
That was another terrible book.
Oh, so good. Anyway, that didn't win any awards, though, somehow. Anyway, okay, you ready for this? Our absolute most popular episode on Launchpad, by far, again, surprise, another Mike-EL pick, Crisis on Infinite Earths, number 3. Our most popular episode.
Now, keep in mind, when Mike-EL says the most popular by far, that means 6 people listen to it instead of 4.
I don't want to brag about these numbers, and I'm not going to reveal them, but they're much higher than that. Okay.
Yeah, I find that hard to believe.
There you go. So
All right, well,
by our ratings, I would say that my picks are more popular than yours. Isn't that interesting? Huh.
yes,
Mike-DELL has the Critics' Choice. That's why he's winning all the awards.
Yeah.
Yeah, like on Rotten Tomatoes, I'm the critics and you're the audience score, I guess.
Say that. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Mike-EL is winning the box office, but Mike-DELL's taking home the awards.
That's right. We get the Oscars. Man, that is rough. So
proud.
Hey, Mike-EL, but remember last year you did like what country listens the most?
Oh yeah, I actually skipped over that because I felt my audience's interest waning. But if you'd like me to read them, I still have them here.
That's all right. I just wanted to
Okay.
That's all right. All right, so there it is, another year of winners. Congratulations to Ms. Tree and Wolverine and all those other things.
Crisis on Infinite Earths and Wonder Woman. Yep.
Those were previous years, Mike-EL. Those weren't in the past 50.
It all counts.
Yeah.
So. All right.
Anyway. Well, thanks to Tuffy.
Yep.
Thank you, Tuffy, for joining us and sitting through this nonsense. But also, I need to blame you for picking Superman again. So fuck you, Tuffy. But
well, you would have had Superman either way because it's 150.
Yeah,
that's true.
That's true. And it's only Bizarro because you pleaded with me to pick Bizarro, Mike-DELL.
But hey, Tuffy, next time you're on, Tuffy, we'll get some more Kickers Inc. in here. All right? Maybe.
I'll pass on that one.
Come on.
Give me a Starman. Let's do Starman. That's very popular.
No. We've done enough.
Yeah,
Starman.
There's more Starman where that came from.
No more Starman. Yeah, and first of all, though, Mike-EL, you seem to be in a hurry this evening. And,
in a hurry?
We moved up to 8 p.m. So what's going on tonight, Mike-EL? Why did we have to move this up to 8 p.m.?
I'll have you know it was my birthday yesterday.
Yeah, me and Larry and I wished you happy birthday on the Twitters.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Larry said happy birthday, Mr. Meat, and then I said, hey, happy birthday, Mr. Meat. Yeah, we both.
Well, I haven't been on Twitter in about 2 months, so I would never say
that could be why.
Yeah.
That could be why.
Yeah,
all right,
thanks.
so happy birthday there, Mike-EL. So you going out for a big happy birthday celebration?
A little part 1 of 3, yep.
1 of 3.
Ooh, yep. Got different groups of friends, got to hit them all,
Different. Well, you don't let your friends. You keep your friends segregated.
Yeah, I know. Worlds never collide. Never collide.
You have the whole group of friends that don't even know you like comic books. They're like the guys in the motorcycle gang.
Women. Yeah.
I like how Mike-EL has different groups of friends. I barely have different friends.
Yeah, Tuffy and I, we're like we're acquaintances, but we're friends. That's what.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because I was hanging out with this girl once, and I went to her house, and she had like 25 people at her house, ranging from like age 25 to like 45 or 55. And I was like, who are all these people? And she's like, oh, these are the people I just got back from Cuba with. And I remember thinking, I can't even think of 25 people I want to go for a coffee with, let alone go to fucking Cuba.
All right, Mike-EL. Well, we want to hold you up here, Mike-EL. We'll make this quick.
No rush.
Hey, Mike-EL, we have to pick next issue's big book here for episode 151 of Flea Market Fantasy.
All right, well, lay it on me. What is it?
It's my pick,
and
I'm sure it'll win an award at some point.
I'm sure it'll get low viewership. Yeah, go ahead.
We're going to go Marvel Premiere issue 36 from 1977. Do you know who is starring in this issue, Mike-EL?
Did you say number 36?
Number 36 of Marvel Premiere.
Wow, I have no idea.
This is a Roy Thomas creation. He wanted to cash in on the reboot the old 1950s superheroes. So he created 3D Man.
Oh my God. Okay, I remember him. Yes.
3D Man. So this will be something.
He had like a green and red costume, right?
Yeah, just like the 3D glasses. Yeah.
Wow. I'm looking it up right now. Huh.
That'd be great.
It's a dig deep for that one, eh?
Yeah, I did.
All right. Looking forward to it.
I don't think you are.
I'm looking at it right now. It looks good. They used to say rock and roll was the devil's music. They were right.
That's right. It's going to be awesome.
That's great.
All right. So there you go. All right. Well, thank you, Tuffy. And thank you, Mike-EL, for making this all happen.
Yeah, of course. There you go. So thank you for joining us. on Flea Market Fantasy. Every week we review a different Bronze Age comic. 1 week I pick, 1 week Mike-DELL picks, and it's always a good time, so be sure to join us at www.comicbooksyndicate.com or wherever you can find podcasts. And until next Tuesday, disperse!
Me am ready to start.